Alexei Popyrin says goodbye. Tried his best, but just a little short.
To come off of such a high adrenaline match, and I lost it. Obviously, I felt what I wanted. I think it would be a different emotion, but you know, I know myself that I couldn't have done anything more than what I did out there today. You know, I think that's another reason why I was kind of upset, was because I knew that I gave my all. I couldn't have given any more.
Freshening up your team too often is not a good thing. I think you need to stay with the same group of guys, helping you go through the tough times, and that's what I did with my coach Fernando last year. He's a big part of the team, and honestly, everybody who's been there, who's in my team right now, I hope they're here for the long term, because I know I'm here with them for the long term, that's for sure.
That's Xavier Malisse from Belgium, who's helping him, a former semi-finalist at Wimbledon.
I think just the positivity he brings to the team. The guy's always sending me bloody inspirational quotes on Instagram and inspirational videos, and always telling me to be positive when I'm not. He's somebody that I look up to and that I can really relate to, because he's been there, he's done the things at the highest level, and he knows what he's talking about. I hope so. I hope so.
This is not looking good now for Popyrin.
And the frustration boils over.
Everything that I worked on in pre-season and that I've been working on for the last couple of months, I completely ignored that, and I went back to my old game, and that's something that I'm not happy with. That shows no improvement at all.
I believe he has the game, but he needs to believe it too. So you try to transfer it in a good way, in an inspirational way, and you try. So, and I think it works. He's very, very good off the court. He's always smiling and things, but sometimes on the court, you know, you tensen up and you kind of forget who you are.
To the delight of the John Cain Arena crowd, Alexei Popyrin is through to the second round. It was a 5-set epic, but he has overcome Tseng Chun-Sin.
I think it was a very, very physical battle. It was basically last man standing, and I guess I was the last man standing. My performance wasn't great today. I'm definitely not happy with it, but you know, I'm going to try and improve for my match against Fritz now.
Taylor Fritz.
And even if you lose, you learn from it. If you don't learn, then what are you doing? You know, so it's always up and up and up, and I think, you know, more and more, I think that will transfer, and you know, and soon, and now we can just all relax, sit in the box, and not stress anymore. You know.
I had that second match point. I just told myself, listen, worst case scenario is you're due to a breakup, and you're still in a good position. So I decided to go for what I was doing all match and try not to tense my body up. And I was looking at my coach, and he was telling me the same thing. So I had all the confidence in the world to go on and produce that second serve return.
Popyrin prevails, and he's through to the third round in what is the biggest win of his Grand Slam career.
You guys were just incredible. Oh my God, this is crazy, man. I'm gonna keep working, I'm gonna keep pushing, I'm gonna try and keep going all the way, man.
You can see what it means. Difficult year in 2022. It's the third time he's been through to the third round, so he knows what it's all about. But the door is open. The next opponent, Ben Shelton, a 20-year-old from the US. First time he's ever been overseas.
He has got the X factor. He has got the drip, as they like to say in the US.
We haven't seen anything about him in Australia at all, really, and this is quite enlightening to see what a young athlete like him can do and how quickly he can come through.
He still has so much to learn, and these are all, we need to take all these as learning experiences, you know, the good and the bad.
Such a high-level coach. His philosophy and the way that he goes about the game of tennis has been something that's really special to me. He really emphasizes not taking shortcuts, looking for quick fixes or chasing points or money, but he really wants to make sure that I develop my game first and foremost and develop as a person.
I've been doing this for over 30 years now. I started working with him at the beginning of June. One of the things, we first addressed was him to understanding, how to play like a lefty, what that means to play like a lefty, how to really get the most out of his serve. Not that bigger is always better, but that you need to mix it, that these guys out here, especially, you're not going to beat them if you just go big all the time. You have to do a good job of keeping them off balance, and continuing to move forward. Work at becoming more of an all-around player. I mean, he's a great athlete. Utilize those skills, moving forward and being at the net as well.
And Dean Goldfine is one of the best. Like, I've known him for a long time. He worked with Aaron Crichton, and as you mentioned, a whole host of players. He's an absolute prince among men.
There aren't a lot of people that the first time they're put into these situations can react in the way you want to react, right? And so I'm curious to see how he does, because, again, now I don't put anything past this kid because just what he's done.
There's still a lot of improvements that I can make, and I'm young and I have time to make those improvements, but I feel pretty confident in my ability in the upcoming, hopefully, matches that I can go out there and I can last 5 sets with anybody.
Oh, it's disappointment for Popyrin, but it's jubilation for Ben Shelton. And that is a convincing win for Ben Shelton. He is a man on the up.
And hasn't he got big game?
Oh, yeah.
Really impressive. We enjoyed that from the first ball to the last, just watching. You get your crystal ball out, don't you? When you see someone like that and see what they've got to offer. It's new, it's young, he's exuberant.
For the first 12 or 13 years of my life, I swore that I would never play tennis. That was my dad's thing, and I was going to let him have it. But yeah, I kind of fell in love with the sport, and here we are. So hopefully I can make a career out of it.
How you feeling, bud?
Tired, man. I am cooked.